Blighty Boxing in association with Frank Warren and Queensbury Promotions here down in Southampton with Da Bomb. How are you, Mark?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yourself?
All good. Now, we thought we'd have a timely catch-up with you. Funny enough, I think the last time I saw you was after your last fight at York Hall. And to be fair, considering you just had a win, you had a little bit of a face on and you were a little bit miserable. Talk us through that.
Well, I didn't get the stoppage, but you can't stop them more, I suppose. I'm learning more as the fights are going on. I'd rather do the distance, to be honest.
Didn't look like that.
Nah. Well, it is what it is, but I'm learning more when I'm doing the rounds. Obviously, we don't get paid overtime, I know that, but it didn't happen. And like I said, I learnt more in that fight than what I did than blasting someone away in 30 seconds.
In the cold light of day, you're obviously telling yourself that the rounds are good for you, and of course it's true. But in the immediate aftermath, do you almost consider it a fail if you haven't dumped someone on the canvas and almost rendered them unconscious?
No, not at all. Obviously, if the chance is there and you can stop them, then yeah, go for it. But there's no point rushing everything just to get a stoppage win, because you just end up smothering your work and making yourself look silly.
You're up to 5 now. What improvements do you think you've shown across those first 5 fights?
I'd say I've slowed down a bit, as in the amateurs everything's rush. Like you get 3-minute rounds, I think it is, and from the first bell to the end bell you're just full on scrap. Whereas in the pro game everything's slowed down. You time your shots, pick your shots, use your legs a bit more. You don't have to dance around the ring like back in the amateur days. Everything's just so much calmer. You're getting that, at the moment I've done four threes. You get an extra round. Hopefully I've stepped up now to 6 rounds, so I get a little bit longer. And it might go up to 8, 10, whatever. I'll do as many rounds as I can. But
did your power come through in the amateurs?
Yeah, I've always been known as being heavy-handed, but you can't always rely on just heavy hands. You know how to box as well. I won 3 national titles, so I must be able to box somewhere along the line.
Well, I suppose if you look at it, certainly in the professionals, I think after a little while you probably work out in your head whether someone's going to go or not, or whether they're one of these stubborn types. So you've got to have a plan B and maybe a plan C as well.
Yeah, I think my fight at the O2 when I boxed a fella from Barcelona, it's like his head was made of concrete. My hands were bouncing off his head. You should have seen the state of my hands after. It's unbelievable. But people think because you've got a glove on it don't hurt. But if you catch someone clean on the head, it's like hitting a brick. But in my last fight, I think I hurt my hand in the first round. I went through the fight with just my jab, basically. But you can't let that put you off. You can't just go, let me take my glove off and my hands out, and just get through the fight and you just grit your teeth and go for it.
What's it like in the sort of days and weeks after a fight when you've got those really sore hands? It must be horrible, isn't it? Just day-to-day life, simple things like putting the kettle on or picking up the kettle. It must just be horrible.
Yeah, well, on the Monday I was back to work plastering, and I found out I had a broken knuckle. So I was back to work on that Monday. I fought Saturday, and I'm just at work, just doing my normal thing. Little did I know I had a broken knuckle, but you can't let that stop you, I suppose. So put it in a cast and that'd be it. But it's all right now, 100%. I'm ready to go again.
So they did put it in a cast, did they?
No, they didn't. I went and
let it heal.
Yeah, I went and had it looked at a few weeks after, and they just said there's nothing we can do. It's broken. It'll heal on its own.
That sounds nasty. Tell us a little bit about your day-to-day existence. I mean, you're still a young man. What, you're 20, 21?
21 just.
21 just. You're a full-time plasterer and also a young father. So I mean, and a boxer. So how do you sort of jiggle all those things around to make it work?
I've got a busy life, but I managed to find time and get everything done. Obviously, I go to work every day. I'm coming over the gym, and then I have my girl on different days. So yeah, it just works out fine. What I'm doing at the moment is fine, but I know obviously I can't carry on working, so I just got to take each day as it comes. But where I'm plastering, I'm always finished early, so it works well with what I'm doing. So at the moment, I'm happy doing what I'm doing.
You are prepared to make that sacrifice at some point when the time is right, to that regular wage you've got. You're prepared to sacrifice that when the going looks good.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. Like, in a minute when I start stepping up the rounds and hopefully we go for titles or whatever the plan is, but I can't keep working because most boxers are full-time in daytime, and like to get good sparring, they're full-time boxers, so you've got to have the day off of work, which isn't a problem. But if I'm not working, then I can like concentrate on my training a bit more and just go from there, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I think back to conversations with Sam Bowen, who famously worked at Caterpillar in Leicester, and he said, the higher you go up the bills, you're required for press conferences and interviews and things like that. And he said, what can you do? You can't do them over Skype in your lunch break.
Yeah, no, it's like today, obviously, Wayne gave me a call and said you was coming down for 2 o'clock, but I managed to start work earlier to make sure I was here, because boxing comes first. And I made sure I was here, and I'm here now.
Good lad, good lad. What does 2020 hold for you?
Hopefully another 5 fights, and then I don't really know what the plan is, to be honest. I don't know what layout is in shows there is this year, but hopefully get out 5 times. Like I say, I hope my next fight's up to 6 rounds now, so yeah, just take it as it comes.
Tell me, what's it like having the piranha back in the gym?
Yeah, it's alright. It's like, because obviously I've been training in the gym on my own, and you learn off of each other, don't you? And now Ryan's back in the gym, and that you just train together and just copy things off of each other, really.
Did you think he'd make it back?
Yeah and no. Yeah and no, really, because he's quite like popular out there in the boxing world as well, so everyone knows who he is. But yeah, no, it's good to have him back.
Good stuff, Mark. We hope to see you out in the ring very soon. Wish you the best of luck, and you can look after yourself.
Cheers.